Hello, welcome to the video. So today I have, that's all foggy, can't see anything, a Hockenheim Silver M2 comp that belongs to Josh over here. He's called Venom something on...
Venom_F87.
Venom_F87 on Instagram. I'll link him down below. I actually have him saved as Venom on my phone because I didn't know his name, Josh. Anyway, today, as you can see by the title, we're filming this M2 comp that has an AA mid-pipe. Everything else is stock, so the back box is still on there. Still got the stock tune. He dynoed it the other day and he's had 415 horsepower. So basically what BMW are claiming. He's done a few carbon bits, which I'll show you around later on in the video. We'll get Josh to talk about what mods he's done. I'll stick at the end of the video. Ooh, lovely M5 comp. But yeah, I'm gonna stop talking. He's gonna do some revs, some drive-bys. Put your headphones on. As with all these kind of exhaust videos I usually do, I'm getting quite good at these, right? Bass and volume is quite hard to kind of convey in a video, but you'll understand the tone, and hopefully with the distance to where I'm standing and where Josh is down the road, you can kind of see how loud it is. He's the only guy I know in the UK who has an AA mid-pipe. That's a secondary cat and res delete and back box, so sounds absolutely amazing. Anyway, enjoy, like it, subscribe, the usual for you, and then we'll see Josh at the end of the video. Efficient revs. Right, thank you Josh for driving around. It's very wet and slippery out.
Yeah, it's a little bit slippery out, but thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's alright. How long have you had this?
So I've had this now for about best part of 3 months, actually. Not long.
Okay, okay. And what did you have before this?
So before this I had an M140i Stage 2, and I mean full bolt-on. I had everything apart from a pure 800 turbo to go Stage 3. So even Shuri, Quaife LSD, I made it everything that I wanted an M2 to be, but it just wasn't right.
It's just night and day, isn't it?
It's night and day difference between the M Lite and the M. It's just, yeah, you pay for what you get.
It's a different
basically,
car.
yeah. So
was it black M140?
Black M140i, yeah. That was no, it was a good car. I literally had it for about 11 months. I must have dumped at least 12,000 into the car, making it into something it's really not. But don't get me wrong, still a very good quick car going the straight roads. But obviously, you just can't beat an M2 on the bendies. It's just completely day and night difference.
Different car, aren't they? Yeah.
This is so much more fun.
So what have you done to this so far?
So at the moment, it's not a lot. It's kind of like OEM Plus, if I'm totally honest. So obviously the IBAC lowering springs front and rear.
Yep.
I believe it's 25mm at the front and 20 at the rear. Might be wrong,
that's
but
quite an aggressive setup.
It's not too bad. I think the H&R springs at the front were too low. I think it's like 30mm at the front, and it actually scrapes. So I didn't go with that. I went with the IBACs and 12mm all the way around, just for like a little bit more stance. But I know not many people are fans of the spacers, but in all fairness, once you've had your alignment done, it handles so well. It's really good.
How much did the alignment cost you?
So the alignment, I went to Sambo tyres and it was 125 for all four. That's camber and everything.
That's really good.
And it does make a huge difference. Like you can literally let go of the steering wheel on a rear-wheel drive car and go straight. It's nice. It's a nice feeling. So definitely something to get
really
done.
Good.
Yeah.
No front plate. They look way
front
better.
Plate. So yeah.
I envy all the Americans who don't have a front plate.
Yeah.
So
what I actually had done was, obviously it comes from BMW with all the holes. But I actually went for a friend of mine on Instagram to get the bumper smoothed. And at the same time of getting my springs done by R44, I got the magnets put on the back.
Cool.
So the magnets literally just go on and off. And obviously I'm going to a lot of car shows this year, and next year. So it's nice to have the front plate on and off. I just think BMWs look so aggressive with the no plate front end.
They look so. I envy the Americans. So you can see, obviously, compared to mine, it just looks cleaner. And Americans don't have to run a front plate, and they look a lot better.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%.
And they're cooler with photos as well.
Yeah, it looks better for
Take
photos.
Instagram shots.
For media, it's a lot better. Yeah, a lot better.
Exactly.
So,
the front is pretty OEM, I'd say.
Yeah, the front's pretty OEM. I mean, like I say, the interior-wise, I've not done much. All I've done is added full-screen Apple CarPlay with some carbon flappy paddles. Like I say, I've not done too much. Like, I've only had the car for 3 months.
Yeah.
But at the rear,
I've
got the carbon lip that I got from R44.
Yep. Which one's this? Is this the?
So this is the M4 style carbon lip. I did like the CS, but I don't know. I quite like this. It's quite sharp. It's quite edgy. So I need to get the sides and the diffusers to go along with it.
So comparison that between mine.
Yeah.
It comes in a little bit more than it.
The main thing is the midsection. So I love the way these cars sound, but they're just quite flat from stock.
Muted
so
a little bit.
I wanted something which is going to be a bit more grunty, but obviously as soon as you decat a S55, it just sounds like a tin can. It's just terrible.
It's too raspy, isn't it?
So I was looking at midsections, because obviously my previous car was, on the M140i, was a full custom exhaust by one of my best mates done it for me. He works for Simpson Race Exhaust, and it's like, well, they specialise in like highly tuned cars, and this was like one of the best exhaust systems I had. But obviously couldn't get that on this car, so I went with the active Autowerke.
Yep. AA.
AA mid.
It's the single mig pipe, not the
it's not
equal length.
The equal length, the squiggly one. But yeah, this is OPF and res delete, and like I say, it sounds really deep, but it doesn't sound tinny. So I've got everything I asked for. In fairness,
it sounds really, really good. Like like when I'm standing all the way back here and Josh is revving it, you can feel.
Yeah, you can feel the punches.
Yeah, you can feel the air like pushing into your face, which is quite funny, but it sounds really, really good. And I've said this before in Dan's M2 comp video when he got his Remus.
Yeah.
When you put a Remus back box, there's a video on YouTube where there's a Remus back box and an AA mid pipe.
Yeah.
Sounds the nuts.
Well, this is. I think that's the next thing is, because obviously I've done what you've done. I've painted the back box black, and as you can probably see on the video, it's already starting to chip.
Yep.
Because unfortunately I didn't sand it down properly. But obviously, I think the next step is going to be a Remus back box or Miltech, but I'm heading more towards
the Remus.
Yeah, it's better quality in my opinion.
Yeah.
But obviously, pretty much the same price as well. So I think
it'll sound really good.
Yeah, it'll be deeper.
From that YouTube video, they had that like watery, gurgly sound.
Yeah.
So
that's it.
We'll film again when.
We're going to have a video. By then I'll have full carbon. And
What else are you
Probably a lot
planning? What carbon? What other carbon you doing?
So I'm actually, what I would like to do is obviously the diffuser next, the side
Silver
fins,
wheels.
and then obviously the same split as what you've got.
Right.
Because your one's pretty cool. Is that the CS or what is?
It's the
what
CS
is
style, yeah.
Yeah.
Front splitter.
CS style. So I'm going to get that one as well.
I mean, you're
I was
bold
actually
to run
thinking-
that. You're bold to run that with springs, though.
Well, this is the thing. I was actually thinking about getting, you know, the side bits. what only
Just the
come here.
blades.
Just the blades, yeah, on the side. I was thinking about getting them because I don't really fancy smashing a £500 front carbon splitter. I mean, you are right, I am lowered, so it is going to be a lot harder over the bumps, and I'm scraping as it is now, so it's just a little bit risky,
And then you want the side blades, which I agree. Now that I've got my splitter, the side of the car looks really bland, and so
just gives it that
side
edge
blades
all the way around, doesn't it? Because you've got the lip, you've got the front splitter, and now you just need to get the
need
side
something on the side. Spend more money.
That's it. That's what these cars are. Just more money.
Just suck
more
it
money.
away. And you've got silver wheels, which I think.
Silver wheels, yeah. So I was thinking about doing the tinted lacquer, and the more I look at it, and the more people I ask, they say just keep it silver. It just looks good. Yeah. So I'm just going to keep them silver, to be honest.
Big fan of silver wheels. I think I think it makes the car pop more. The colour.
Absolutely.
Mine are a bit dirty, but.
And in all fairness, when they do get a little bit dirty, it looks like they're
they go grey
anyway. So it's a win-win.
Exactly. And then the main thing is he doesn't have tinted. Windows. No, he's got the Chris Harris spec.
Do you know what? I actually quite like that though.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I don't know, if I'm going to get the tints done at the rear, I feel like I need to get the fronts done, and then we're talking points and hassle from the police. So I actually just like the contrast of it all being clear. Yeah. But in all fairness, it's just, it looks clean. It looks very clean like that.
It looks perfectly fine. Like, you don't walk up to the car and go, oh, it needs rear tints. It looks fine, and I agree with Josh. I've always looked at mine and thought that the fronts need tints because the back's tinted and it doesn't match.
That's it, exactly that.
But hey ho, it came like that from factory, so.
But yeah, all like the little carbon bits, like on the mirror caps, I'm actually going to leave as is. I love Hawkenheim silver. Yep. So I've always had black cars, and I wanted something different. And I think the Hawkenheim is such a nice colour on its own. I mean, when it's clean, it looks like a pearl. Like, I've had people come up to me and say, "What's the wrap called?" And I'm like, "No, it's just actually from the factory." So yeah, no, I'm really happy with the colour.
Really like, it's nice. Blue's better, but
I don't know. I've got a poll on Instagram for that one.
Cool. Right, I'll leave the video here. Thank you again to Josh for coming out and letting me film his car.
No worries.
We'll do another one when he's done the Remus back box. Like it, subscribe, the usual if you're new, and I'll see you later in the next one.